All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I know today's presentation is probably, you know, unusual to you if you've been a regular here. But just wanted to present some of the footages that I have taken during my visit over there to the Gambia. So today, what I'm going to touch on is facts versus fiction. Because you see, there were many people, especially on these YouTube streets, in the Western world here, America, England, you know. I mean, generally, these are the people who tend to speak up this, and they tend to be either black or second generation Africans. They like to talk about, sex tourism in Gambia. Hey, St. James, welcome to the house. KBM, Stoic One, Audrey, and all the people I haven't mentioned. Welcome to the show. So today I'm going to break down and talk about sex tourism. Because you see, we've had people who say, oh, Afridamus, you talk about everything except sex tourism. That tells me one thing or another. That means your mind is degenerate, dirty. Because think about it. How can one individual, how can one just look at an entire country to say, I'm going, it's tourism, but it's sex tourism? For you to even simply believe that the people that live in that country, everybody is engaged in such behavior, it tells me your level of morality is pretty low. And we cannot disagree with this. In the West, sex, people are very degenerate when it comes to sex, and the blacks don't hide it. And you, second generations, too, you don't hide it. Your minds have been corrupted from the Western media. Because look at it. When you go to the Gambia, right? Of course, I have seen the prostitutes, right? But it is not everyone who is a prostitute. Like I said, in the corner, it's like a little block where you have people, women, these are grown women who, you know, make money by selling their body. The oldest trade on planet Earth. And then you have a group of people who are traveling from the West where this is very, very rampant. In fact, I was driving, I saw some prostitutes on the side of the road. You literally live in a country, in a place where this is legal. And then you have these people that come to these countries and then they make videos. They said they are freaking out because they saw a white individual with a black child. They are obsessed with the blackness. That's why I said it was very refreshing to go to a place for a couple of weeks and not be bothered or hear somebody crying about, how they have a bad day because of their skin color. How somebody told them the truth is because of their skin color. How somebody, they didn't get something because of slavery. It is refreshing not to hear that. Oh, to listen to a group of people talk about DNA. Who is who? These are not the real Africans. These are the real Africans. That's because they don't know. Or rather, oh, Afridamus, why don't you talk about how much does it cost to buy children in the Gambia? If you think people are selling their children in the Gambia, by all means, hop on the plane and fly in. Because you see, I'm not going to be wasting my time to try to tell people what goes and what doesn't go. If you believe this to be true, put your money together, hop on that plane, and go to the place and seek it. That's all you have to do. Plain and simple. But when you have individuals who base their entire living, their entire, report of a place on one exaggerated thing. Like I said, are there prostitutes? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are. But it's in one area, one little area. Are you going to go in other parts of the country or even blocks away from that place and see people doing that? No. They are nowhere close to the strip here that I just drove off of. But now all of a sudden you get to Africa. You are now the king of the black powers. Oh, I saw a white man with a black child. Oh, did you go ask them since you are so concerned? Since you don't have anything better in your life to do, since you are claiming, pretending that you've never seen a white person with a black child, why don't you step in and ask the questions if you're so bothered by it? But the honest truth is people are just so conceited. It's me, me, me. You think you're so important. Your opinions are important. You are not important. You are not important. When the people saying they're gonna go to Africa and take over, your presence there, no one is aware of it. It's very minute. Whether you show up or not, it makes no difference. I've seen it with my own eyes. So when you're showing up at a place where you are literally, you're blind, you are a child. You're just seeing things, but you don't understand what you're seeing. You need somebody to hold your hand and tell you exactly what is taking place to understand. But you are telling yourself, beating your chest in front of your videos, talking about, about Africa. We over here to take over. And then you have silly Africans also, brainwashed people who are idiots. They are sitting on their couch, become desperate. They've been watching TV. I'm not talking about, people, from Google or TV stories here. I'm telling you real life. So if you listen to these people narrate stories, it would cause you to not want to ever leave your little space. All I'm trying to tell you here is that sex tourism thing is a myth. There are some people that go there for that. But if you are not there for that, why are you concerned? Why are you even concerned about it? Oh, people that say beggars. I've seen beggars. And these beggars are no different than the internet beggars. These people, they just haven't figured out how to use YouTube to beg. There are more YouTube beggars than the ones that stand on the street. I don't think you heard me. There are more of them online. The reason why I'm giving you this real information here is for those of you that truly, truly want to have a great time, a great experience. Because I can totally see how one can totally feel disheartened because of the experience you've got. And for those of you, because I know many black people, I know this even when I went there, dealing with people, some of the things you hear, the reason why the scammers are able to scam you. You see, when we talk about Gambian scamming, we think about Juliet, right? And Blacksit. But is she the only one? No, she's the one on the internet that people point to, but she's not the only one. And there are some who, in fact, are fighting her, trying to tarnish her image. But are they themselves scammers? But I'm putting all of them on notice. You think that nobody knows about you, no one knows the game you're playing. They are onto you. I have spoken to even the Justice Department there. They are very much aware of these things because people, it is wicked and cruel for you to work so hard for your money and somebody plays on your interest, on your dream. Because, see, some of you are obsessed with this Messiah complex, always looking for a leader. So there are people who prey on you because you are not taking the time to think for yourself. You're looking for a leader. And then what do these people do? They say, we are Pan Africans. The movement back to Africa. The honest truth is, you do not need to send your money to anyone there. I don't need to tell you this by now. Before I left, a woman, I haven't met her yet. Don't worry, guys. I know which topic I'm on, but it's still the Gambia. I just want to give you guys an overview of why what I'm telling you here is important. This would save you so much heartache. But this woman, shortly before I left, she came. So she sent money over, just like the other people. Because, people don't want to hear the truth. Some of you are addicted to lies. The moment a person comes and said, you know, I'm your leader, I'm the new black leader, that's who you trust. That's why it's so much easier for you to be duped, for you to be bamboozled, for you to be taken for a ride. So this woman sent her money over, as you guys know, to the black seed. In fact, an entire area, Casa Kunda, you guys have heard it. The place is caught up in right now in a battle. This woman is over there right now from the United States. She's crying. The money she sent, she didn't get the land that she wants. No land. In fact, the people that they said bought land in those areas, those people might lose their land. The reason why I'm laying this out to you, because remember yesterday I told you the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're talking about sex tourism. Some of these people that are directing your attention to the sex tourism, they don't want you to question their motive. They don't want you to question the things they are telling you, because you see, it's like an infested water. There's nothing wrong with the water itself. When you go to the ocean, the water is beautiful. But in this water, there are sharks. There is sharks traveling in this water. And these sharks, guess what? You are the one that is supposed to feed these sharks. This is the honest truth. So, if you allow yourself to to be deceived by what these people are telling you, it doesn't have to just be, black seed. Like I said, they might be the well-known ones, the ones in the open, the most pompous, the most arrogant ones. But are they the only one in this business of taking your money from you? They are not the only one. Because there was a saying, somebody told me, even they said she was the one behind bringing that British newspaper to talk about the sex tourism in the Gambia. If these same people that are writing this, they believe this is how common it is. You guys remember at one time, I even fell for it. I said, maybe, the blacks that are there can join together and go fight it. Because, some of the, fake Pan-Africans, they're like, yeah, we over here trying to clean up the beach in Africa. How are you going to clean up a place when you can't even speak the language? You have to know your way around to make that happen. Boy, the internet is a wonderful place. People can exaggerate things and blow it out of proportion. I see why people are easily taken for a ride. They get you to trust them. And once you trust them, you separate yourself with your money, bad things happen. I have to tell you, the Jamaicans I've met, the ones I have met so far, and few Americans here and there, most of the Jamaicans, they come with their dream. They're not sending their money to anyone. Have you have you thought about how come these people are from the UK, right? They're of Jamaican descent. But you from America, you're the one that is easily taken for a ride. Maybe is it possible it is time for you to accept that you are not as smart as you think? Maybe you are way more domesticated than everybody else. That's why you make the loudest noise. Maybe because you just want to hear things that make you feel good. And maybe that can serve you here in America. But when you step your foot out of this land called America, you want to depend on your feelings, feel good. you are just going to keep crying. Because just because it feels good doesn't mean you have to act on it. It doesn't mean you have to act on it. You have to have what it takes. Those Jamaicans, they go over there and see for themselves, buy big pieces of land and build it. They have it in them what it takes to build. But if you're used to a system where everything is provided for you, because I've heard some saying, oh, I'm going to look for a job. If you're one of those people that want to go look for a job, do not bother. No need to go there. This is a place for those who are ready to build, those who want to be rewarded because of the work that they put in, not those who are looking for a handout or looking for people to employ them. You don't have to be looking for an employment. You have to look for where to deploy. That's what the Indians and these Chinese that people are obsessed with, that's what they are doing. Have you ever wondered how there are people who say, we're going to Africa to help the people get jobs? But their entire videos is based in what? Going from place to place, pointing out who owns what. Show you a couple of stores and say, oh, look, the Gambians are useless. They don't have their own thing. But now you, the investor, you should be showing what you are investing in. See, time for talk is over. The time for talk is over. I'm not going to engage anyone in this fake conversation about racism. When I made a post and said, I learned a bitter lesson. Some of the people, they think I'm black. And you have the idiots saying, oh, no, you see what you got. That's because you are trying to put yourself in the same category as me. When I say black, not your kind of black. My blackness is excellent. You see, it's not the ghetto type of black. So when I speak of it, it's funny that you come running, trying to say, oh, you ain't one of us. I know that. I am not like you. I am not sitting on my couch, watching, learning about the world. I am not sitting in my neighborhood, and never have left it, crying and blaming everybody except myself for my problems. I take responsibility. The world is my playground. I go and see and come back. That's what I do. So when I speak of my experience and how the people see me, you think if they see me, their perception, you see, that's why perception is not reality. But I'm telling you my experience, what I've seen. So I was able to go as a black person, what the people think. You see, what they think. So the advantage I have, I speak the language, I'm from the culture. So those of you that say, oh, the Africans hate us, nobody ain't got time to be hating on you. Even when they thought I didn't speak the language, they were not saying bad things about me. So you are the one that have this negativity about yourself. So when you don't understand things, you think people are talking bad about you. And when you say people jack up the price, you are in a real free market. That is domesticated talk. They would tell you the price, but that's not really necessarily the price. You could negotiate it. Remember, this individual, don't have to sell their product, at the same price as the person next to them. So once you understand this, you have to learn to negotiate. But you go at a place where negotiation is the order of the day, is what takes you through, but you can't even cut it. That brings me to a lot of the people that say they want to repatriate. Do they even have what it takes to go there? Do they even have what it takes? They do not. Because people showing up broke with no money. How are you going to show up in an African country with no money? a place where money talks, bullshit walks. Oh, they are charging me. I can't believe they didn't see me as black. Have you looked around? Everybody there is black. So that talk is out the door. Leave that mentality out the door. Put your money together if you want to be king. I've seen some of them roaming about. They are spending what? Begging. They've turned this into a profession, begging, and they don't want people to call this out because you've seen other black people gather their stuff. This, the people that can afford it, they say we are moving to these places. Now you, who can't afford it, you don't have income coming in, you show up too. And then you try to shame people who would listen to you talk. You talk about, oh, the white man this, the white man that. Let me tell you, the people ain't got time for that. They don't care about what you're saying. No one cares about your problem. I'm just telling you, no one cares about your problem. Just like they don't care even about my problem. Only you care about your problem. All this talking about, oh, you doing this, you doing that. Hey, show up, have your money, and you'll be fine. But you've got people going to these places, they are meeting people in that environment. They're talking about those people are more desperate than them. When no, you the one who showed up with nothing. These are the people reporting on saying there's sex tourism here. How do they know? Did they engage those people? I've seen a few, and most of those people are not even from that country. They're from neighboring countries. You know how I know this? You guys remember I told you I was going to show you guys videos. Now I don't even have to do it. I went there, like I said, and met them myself and talked to the people. I went in as black, not like your kind of black. Because, I know some are going to go, oh, how dare you talking about you black. So now they own blackness too, right? So when they take that color talk over there, it's not working. People generally, you find that people are assholes no matter what. It's not because of their color. They're just like, I'll tell you a scenario here. I can imagine if this were a black person from America, different from me, how they would handle this situation. They would turn it into race. So when I was speaking of when people saw me as black, that means I am going in as undercover. As undercover. So I'm in this spot restaurant. It's a Gambian restaurant. And then all of a sudden, I saw this big old man, white man walked in and started taking picture of the dude at the counter. And the dude is just, I said, hey, excuse me. I said, what's going on? And the guy's like, man, why are you taking my picture and stuff, right? This guy, this German guy, the white guy, he's from Germany, started being an asshole. You see, now, what I've seen there, I didn't say, oh, it's because he's white. I just saw a person who was just an asshole for no reason. He happened to be white, but he's an asshole. So I confront him. I said, I said, I asked him, I said, where are you from? He said, Germany. I said, would you be doing this same thing in Germany? I said, this is rude and obnoxious. How are you walking into this restaurant and snapping this man? I said, delete the picture right now. And the man in the restaurant became emboldened and confronted him. You see, I didn't say, oh, because he's white. No, because the guy is just an asshole. He started saying, oh, who are you? Why are you even here? Are you the manager? I said, I don't have to be the manager. I said, but you need to delete this. So he walked out. But you see, we dragged him before he made it past the checkpoint, we dragged him to the cops and told the cops what happened. You see, if he were here, they would say, oh, the white man called the cop on the black man, but over there is the same. He could have called the cops too, but we called the cops first and the cops handled it. So in these places, you could use your common sense. You don't have to make it about race, but you address people according to them being assholes. It doesn't matter. It's not like, situations where some of you people, not all, but some of you people that show up with your anger, even in African country, you're like, oh, it's racism, where people have come out to fight white people because they are obsessed with white people. Instead of you taking the time to enjoy all these beautiful beaches in front of you, all the nice environments you could go to. I'm here to tell you, that you could have a good time there. You don't have to be obsessed with this sex tourism talk. Unless if you're like a degenerate person, you know. Some of you don't even realize that you are obsessed with sex, but you want to pass it low key to put it on an entire country. I can assure you, you go to that country, you know, you go outside within the little area I told you and go there and try to say you're seeking sex. See how that goes for you. They don't play that over there. Okay? They do not play that over there. In fact, while I was there, they showed me a poetry that this old black American woman, she's calling herself erotic, but she's the one that are talking about sexual stuff. And you see, they blame these things on white people when these same people, they are exporting this sexual stuff, making all the other black people look bad because they are coming with their mess. Just like that Matthias guy too, the same thing. They're showing up with their mess, and then they make it about, oh, when you challenge it, they say, oh, you are challenging all black people. Are you saying all black people are degenerate like you? And then for some of you, the word black, that's like a trance. You think you own it. The moment the person say black, you jump in and support them. Isn't that what happened with Juliet? When I was talking about Juliet's misdeeds. Oh, Afridamus, you just hating. Why don't we support another black person? You're supporting the black person to spread lies about other black people. The sad thing is, for just these little YouTube coins, you're using an entire country to lie just to make the coins. At least these people, let me tell you, they're not showing you much. I paid attention. I went to a lot of the different places. They just show you one little area and film it and send it to you. As if, oh, now they did their YouTube quarter. Do not go off of that. Like I said, if you want to have a good time, do not hesitate to contact me in my email. I would walk you through, how and who you should meet, the people you interact with. Because the people you interact with, it's going to dictate what your experience is going to be. And you have to accept the truth for what it is. Instead of feeling like a victim, use things to your advantage. Plain and simple. Use things to your advantage. Be quiet, pay attention, and learn. Because you see, it doesn't matter how much Google you know, how many books you've read. It don't matter. Now you are in the field, in the action. You are like a child. You don't know where the hell you at. But you coming in, with a chip on your shoulder thinking, oh, and some people you tell yourself, oh, I have the spirit, the black spirit. So therefore I can relate. No, when you get there, you would realize that is in fact not true. Just like when you get there, This sex tourism thing, yes, there is some, but not like they try to make it look like. Okay? Let me see some of the comments here. More fortune. You got to worry about yourself in Africa. People don't need you in Africa. Have to say Africa have to save itself. Absolutely, more fortune. More fortune, you are absolutely correct. The idea that these people, whatever they're saying, and you have some of the people that say, by virtue of them just being their parents being born in Africa, that makes them African. I hate to tell you, yes, maybe in that context, but truly you are not fully African in that way. If you don't speak the language, you don't understand the history, the culture, all you are doing is following, um, following, lost people in the Western world, whether they are black or white or whoever, because you are trying to find a space to fit in and you create your own obsession about race. Because the people you're trying to identify yourself as, they are not, they don't care about race. And those of you that talk about tribalism, people don't care about that either. See, political talk versus how people interact with each other, completely different. Completely different. The objective one said, are you going to retire and settle there, Afridamus, when you're going after your kid graduates? No, see, with me, there is no such thing as retire. I'm just going to keep grinding till I can't grind anymore. But yes, I will definitely be in the smiling coast. A lot of the people don't have smiles on their face, but the coast itself, it's smiley. The country is more advanced than the people. You will see many people who are literally zombies. That I'm not going to hide from you. Okay? So this is why I am preparing you mentally for you to get out of your fantasy, because you see the opportunity is there for you. But if you're only hanging on to, fiction, you're just hanging on to fiction, it's not going to help you. Because you see, myself, when I got there, I rediscovered the country. I rediscovered the country. A happy companion in the house. That's right. Afridamus for president. Guys, you know, now that Happy Companion is here, let me give you a brief thing about Happy Companion. I went to his place, his crib. The place looks like Beverly Hills. I mean, literally. I understand now why Happy Companion loves that place. I met his wife, beautiful woman, beautiful, fuller woman. She's cooking. I mean, her cooking was amazing, respectful. She's not loud, obnoxious, talking about, you got hands too. Why don't you go in the kitchen? This is why, gentlemen, those of you that are married or have girlfriends that are this loud mouth, wig wearing, non cooking women, if your plan is to go to Africa, you should be planning ahead to divorce these Jezebels. I'm telling you right now, if she hasn't been cooking, if she is loud, if she is obnoxious, drop them. Drop them. Because I can assure you, you would have a better life over there. I went to Happy Companion's crib, like I said. He welcomed me. We had great, good food, you know, no stress. Everything was good. So you can see how happy the man is. The man is really living up to his name, the Happy Companion. His wife, respectful. His haters that said, oh, he went to the orphanage to get a wife there. What does that tell you about the people's mentality? That is the ghetto plantation talk. Because you see, that's how they think. They think they have orphanages there. They don't have, people don't have, good life. People are just poor. You just go to the orphanage and say, you know what, that one over there, that's the one I'm picking. But no, I think they understand. They understand because you can have a second life there. Because you're looking at these old Jezebels who are out of shape, completely out of shape. They call those women, you know, see slim fit woman, they say, "Oh, you dating a child." I didn't know 20 some year olds are children now. But the bottom line is, look at the ones that showed up with their Jezebels over there. They're the ones going through all this drama. They're the ones going through all these dramas. That's another take that you should thank me for for laying upon you. Because think about it. The same woman who never gave you peace here, who never gave you peace. You don't think they can call the cops there too? They've done it. They've done it. So this is the thing, I'm just telling you, sincerely, from somebody that observed and see your potential, meaning you got to get rid of all those demons, the baggage, and that your woman is part of that baggage. I'm just telling you the truth. She is part of the baggage. Excess baggage, you got to drop. Do not bring your drama, your demons with you. You will not have a good time. And your goal is to have a good time. And it goes the other way too. There are some women who have, their dreams and their head straight. The same thing goes for you too. If you have someone who is drama for you, you might want to take this trip alone because it's renewal. If you match with the person, good for you. You can only be stronger. But other than that, knowing what I know about a lot of these Jezebels in America, you're better off, dropping them off. I'm just telling you, the facts. Some are not going to like this. They're going to tell you, oh, you go in there for sex stories and tell them Afridamos said that is a myth, it's a lie. You don't need to go to the Gambia for sex tourism. That is not what the place is known for. You've seen some of the beautiful places I've shown you, beautiful restaurants, beautiful places to go to that you can go and feel like a respectable human being. You don't have to go there and feeling stress. If you want to buy land, I've already told people, I went in and saw for myself the process, what the process you're supposed to go through. I'm going to post those in my community tab, at some point, so that you see for yourself, so that you understand why you shouldn't be sending your money to anyone or just buying into these lies saying that, oh, you can go to Gambia and buy a child, or you can go to the Gambia, and buy women for sex. That tells me what is in the things in your head is degenerate. Gullit said, Afridamus, the Gambia is a big sex tourist attraction hotspot. Gullit, you've never been to the Gambia. Again, you're just going by the little article that you read. I'm telling you, you know, what I know personally to be true. So what you are saying, that's from what you've read and you've bought into it. But I'm here to shed light on it. There are a few people that are over there. Proud Eritrean said, did you grab a Muslim, Gambian Muslim? No, I did not. But, for those who are righteous and into that, those are the ones I'm sending this message to. So, like Gullit, what you've learned is in fact not true. It's just a minute, small area. And most of those women you see there, they are not Gambians, they are foreigners. You see? And another thing I observe, back in the days, you would see a lot of women that bleach their skin. I notice I haven't seen that either. Looks like the numbers have dropped, you know, dramatically. Because I remember back in the days, you would see it everywhere. Even now, you see it more amongst the Africans in the West. Getting there made me realize, a lot of you Africans, you just don't know it. You have been, your head is really messed up in the Western world because the things that you even believe in now and engage in is crazy. You are attracted, you know, you're attracted with the things that are against your own values without even knowing it. So that's why you have to get there and recharge your reality. Don't just believe Google stories and couch stories or people that are just, you know, passionate about the wrong things. People that talk about Pan Africanism, saying they are your leaders. Anyone that is telling you that, do not buy into it. Do not buy into it. So if you're planning a trip to the Gambia to be a sex tourist, good luck to you. That's not what the place is known for. There are some who engage in it, but I wouldn't advise you to take that trip because it's not going to serve you right. Let me see here. Ladies and gentlemen, I've reached about 45 minutes. I didn't plan on staying too long. Again, like you as you guys know, still recovering, from the jet lag. You see, before you fly out, you also have to be mentally ready because some things, when you are jumpy thinking that everything is about your skin color, that's why people are doing it. No. You see, there are people who are assholes, okay? And again, you have to tackle these people right away. I had another incident in Brussels, in Belgium. You see, these people, their attitude wasn't because I'm black. It was because I am an American. I have my American passport. And I will tell you how I got to know this. So these people, they put my bag through the scanner and they started saying, "You have liquid in your bag." They made this a big deal. I said, "Look, this is not liquid. This is some fruit. They call it kaba fruit. This is my favorite fruit when I was growing up there." So I made sure I brought some back to America. What is this fruit? Is seeds inside a shell. My friend Kunta Kinte, shout out to Kunta Kinte. You guys saw my pictures with him, a great host. If you want to go to the Gambia, contact me. Let me introduce you to Kunta Kinte. He can take you to all the nice, wonderful places. He can give you the Afridamus treatment. Okay? But what I'm saying is, when I got to this airport, so these people, they put my bag aside. I said, "No, it's not liquid. I have fruit in, because we took the seeds, I'll put it in a bottle." So this Belgian, you know, try to argue with me. The other one looks like Indian, mean mugging me. She said, "You American think you are everything." You see, the attitude came out. So you see, if this is some black person who doesn't understand how people work, they'll be like, "Oh, it's racism." No, it's because you're American. But you see, someone like me who knows how to handle this, let me tell you how I handled it. I was like, "Look here. So you people are selecting, people based on the country they came from to discriminate." The other one jumps in, some fat blonde talking about, "Hey, do not disturb the scanner. Do not disturb the scanner." I said, "Disturb." I said, "You guys put my bag aside, but I'm the one disturbing you guys." But long story short, they put my bag aside. and I'm standing there. I watch the one that looks Indian. She went and took my bag to put it in the back so that, quote unquote, to waste my time. This is the type of stuff they would do to you. These people have zero customer service skills. Some of them sound French, some sound like Nazis. I don't know which ones, how to separate them, right? So the woman, I saw her do that, right? I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, excuse me." I said, "I can see what you're doing. You trying to put my bag in the back so that, you waste my time." I said, "Ma'am, you cannot waste my time." I said, "Because I'm here for the next 2 hours. My flight is not leaving. You know this. So, so you're not really wasting my time. I'm supposed to be in this airport anyways." So they came, opened my bag, and made a big deal about my favorite thing, talking about this is water. I said, "Nah, this is not liquid." So I said, "I'm gonna take this with me." They said, "Well, unless you pour the liquid." So I went around, opened it, and I sucked out all the juice that's in the bottle. I wasn't about to waste it. I drank it, you know. So they checked it. They say, "Oh, okay, you so no, you can go by." And this other woman, the one that was harassing me, the one that looked Indian, she came to me. She said, "Are you from Chicago?" I said, "No, I'm not from Chicago." She said they wasted her time in Chicago before. But this woman told me, she said, "Oh, she is American too." I said, "Oh, you are?" She's like, "Can you guess my accent? What part of America?" So I didn't look, that accent did not sound American to me. But these people, I do not want any more drama. So I figured she's probably setting me up to see if I'm going to be an asshole. I said, "Oh, your accent sounds like an accent from East Coast." She said, "Oh, no, wrong, New York." And I said to myself, I swear, I thought New York was East Coast. Lying ass woman. But I just didn't want to engage anymore because these people, I'm telling you, they are like Nazis. And then another man comes, another American, a white man. You guys would have thought this racist, right? They treated the white man the same thing. They gave him the asshole treatment. So in these places, let me tell you, it's not about your race. Some of these European places, they don't like you because you are American. You have to get that through your head. And they harassed another man. I said, these guys must have gone to the University of Assholism. They just enjoy this. Now I understand how they were in the Congo shooting and chopping off Congolese people's hands. These Belgian people take pleasure in giving you bad day. So you have to be witty, okay? Don't go to these places trying to argue. It's not America. You're not going to win. But just make sure you get your word in without using the word, bitch, asshole, and stuff like that. But you do it in a nice way. You see what I'm saying? You get your message across. But you see, they are setting a trap for you. The moment you start doing the crazy talk, who are you, blah blah blah, you've lost. You've lost. So that's what I knew to be true. So that's why I'm giving you, what I've seen. The white man suffered as well. And at the end, they say, "Hey, man, Mister, how are you doing?" Like I said, some of them sound French, some of them sound Nazi, like a German accent. And I'm not saying all Germans are Nazis, but like these people, from the Nazi movies I watched, when this some of these people were talking, that's the vibe I was getting. I was like, my God, you know? And in the Gambia, their customer service at the airport, terrible. I gotta tell you that, okay? I have to give you the truth. Terrible, terrible customer service. Like these people are super aggressive. Super aggressive. See, like let's say I'm going in the plane, this woman. So you know how, because somehow they make you wear a mask only in the plane. So it's simple because I'm seeing them, the airport workers, they don't have mask on. So instead of saying, "Oh, um, sir, do you have a mask?" That's not how it went. They said, "Sir, are you're not getting in this plane without a mask?" I'm like, "Geez, ma'am, I didn't just be nice." And another one, I saw him trying to chase someone who was going up on the flight with their stroller that is folded. They had to yell at him and say, "Leave that man alone. That's for his baby." So that's one another thing, Gambia, honestly, the customer service at that airport, they need to, work on. Let me see what Sam Seals says. Sam Seals says, Afidamos, if you're a real black American, you would have gotten a superstar experience. Sam Seals, haven't you seen my videos? I don't think you understand. Of course, there's going to be some who are assholes, but I have had a superstar treatment to the bone. Okay? So these experiences I'm telling you here, these were obstacles that were put in my way so that I can fight it for weak-minded people like yourself. So that when you come, they would remember and say, last time we tried to mess with that other black American. He put us in our place. That is the reason why those obstacles faced, I faced them. You see, God doesn't present any problems to you that you cannot solve. Okay? It's not possible. So, talking about superstar treatment, go to my Instagram. In fact, I'm going to post more pictures. You are talking to a guy here who was eating the best foods, a guy who had his own chefs, just cruising through that country. So I don't know what else you need, unless you want me to turn humans into my footstool. If that's what is considered superstardom, maybe next time I can try that. But I choose not to do it this time around. You see. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what the experience had been. And I want to conclude by telling you your obsession with the sex tourism is in your head. It is in your head. If you are truly about seeing other stuff, you won't even have the time to be obsessed with stuff like that. You won't have the time, you know? And also, I'm talking about these Belgians being assholes. You guys see Sam Seals is coming here trying to defend them, and he didn't even know what happened. But I don't want to dwell on that. So, the sex tourism thing, not true. You cannot go and buy children there. If those grown people that I have seen choose to do what they are doing, that's their business. You are not the cop. You are not the priest. You are not God. Let them be. Let them be. You need to be secure with yourself and not worry about what other people are doing. But you see, if they were doing it with children, now I understand that. But now you all of a sudden, most of these people themselves are sluts. Now they want to get mad at other sluts for doing whatever they're doing, you know, as if, they're the ones that get to dictate what to be condoned or not condoned. Don't worry about what they are doing. I'm just telling you. Let these people do what they do. Plain and simple. Gullit said, no, you should stop them. Oh, yeah, I should stop them. Yeah. And why should I stop them? Why should I stop them? Please put that answer in there. That's all I need to know. See, the country is a free country. So this sexual thing you hear is exaggerated. The people respect themselves, just so you know. So when people are saying these things, it's a total lie. It's like tarnishing the images of the people in that country when that's not the reality. Mimi said they ever over exaggerate this sex tourism in the Gambia, like every street you walk in. Exactly. Exactly. Gullet, if see that country is a free country. It is not a country where, you know, you go and tell people what to do. The people are free to do what they, you know, what they need to do. Whatever they do is between them and God. They are free to do this, and the way they make it sound is not like that. Making it sound like wherever you go, you see that happening. You literally have to look for this to find it. Literally have to go look for it to find it. So if you're the person going there to look and finding that and engaging in it, hey, who are you going to blame? You should face your own inner demons. I'm pretty sure the country that most of you live in, there is women roaming up and down the street doing the same thing. Maybe you should stop it there too. You see? So, these are real countries, people that are saying they're going to go there and take over. When you get to these countries, you are not going to hear anything about them. You cannot go to a country and be greater than the people there. See, the issue is the people in the country, they've moved on. They've moved on. They are not caught up in the past. They are living in the present. You see? So if you are coming selling, old stories, old stale stories, or people that say, oh, these Africans don't know about slavery, blah, blah, that's because it doesn't serve them. It's long dead and gone. Just as it's not serving you. But see, you think being a victim, pretending to be one, would get you paid because you get to claim reparation. Other people are not getting paid. So therefore, they don't need to pretend to be victims. There are many who, if there's no payment for it, which reparation, there's none of that, none of these people would care. But the reason why anybody would lower themselves to a victimhood status is because they expect to get paid for it. So therefore, they want to pull other people in who have no interest in this to behave the same way. And most of you silly people come here talking, yeah, like let's support X, Y, and Z group for reparation, like as if you have a say in that. The people that want reparation, they know it's not from you. It's from the white man who's been giving reparation to people in America. Because you guys realize like Section 8 and food stamp, all that's reparation, right? The white men have been paying reparation forever. But hey, that's none of my business. That's not why I'm here. All I care about is, you know, what is happening over across the ocean. I just don't want you to get caught up in it, plain and simple. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh, sorry about that. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, Easter evening. Because I am. It's been a minute, but we are gonna get back on our regular shows. Like when I got back, I saw like there's so many topics that I need to tackle. Some Congolese man got himself shot. Um, Another black man went around in the subways shooting people. So there's a whole bunch of other topics, the doom and gloom stories that we'll talk about. So yeah, let's see. Kunta Kinte said, "Sex tourism in my country, the Gambia, it depends on how anyone defines it. Just like how my brother Afridamus is separating the West from waste from this chaff. Exactly. Well, I'm speaking to people who sometimes, things, because it's internet talk. So a lot of these people, they've never even left their neighborhood, much more, going across into another country. So it is hard for them to put it together because, in their little block, when they think the world ends there, therefore they would look at it as, hey, in this country, everybody is engaged in this, when that's not reality. But until next time, I will see you guys again, and don't be a stranger. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. Don't act like you don't like it. Like or dislike, when you hit any of those, it's going to show, to other people as well. So enjoy, don't be a stranger.